So I can say within the last couple of weeks, I am not who I was within the last couple of weeks. I am not who I was within the last month. I am not who I was within the last 2 months. And let me tell you how. Over the span of the entire year, a lot has changed in my life. And it's only because I've been doing a lot of content. I've been writing about my life experiences on what I've witnessed, what I've seen, what I've heard, and I would share it with you guys. And every time I share a piece of content with you, I get stronger. And so the last video I did, hi, thank you so much for joining. My name is Lauren Ashley. I go by Charlie Catherine on all of the social media platforms. And what I do is I help people expand their sixth sense, and I help people go through their spiritual journey without any expectations, because life is a mystery, right? Like, life is completely unpredictable. But in this video, I basically want to talk about the signs. Like the last video I did, I went into detail on all the signs that I was getting. I want to continue these signs, very, very important signs that I was getting. I pulled these cards. It's the Isis Oracle. They derived from Egypt. And basically what I got was the Key of Life. And I also got the Ancient Power of Mysteries. Hear the rattle of Isis playing. And so there's like a book that goes into grave detail of my life and my journey and what is to come and what I am doing right now. Like, within the last couple of weeks, I went to Mississippi and I went to Atlanta, Georgia. I went to Mississippi because I wanted to rediscover some things as a child. I haven't gone to Mississippi since the age of 5. And I just wanted to rediscover, I wanted to reconnect with my inner child, because I felt like I was lost for all of these years. I felt like I have placed this ego that I've created based upon everyone's concepts. And so I was lost. And so I wanted to rediscover some things. I wanted to unlock some memories that I had as a child. And I did. That's exactly what I did. I was able to explore the nature. There was just so much with nature alone that I was able to learn about. I was able to get tons of signs. I was able to be more disciplined within my spiritual journey and just continue to connect with the infinite divine. And when I went to Atlanta, Georgia, I learned a lot too. And it wasn't all happy and giddy. Like, this was a very serious moment for me as far as growth, as far as evolvement. Like, when I went to Atlanta, Georgia, I've experienced some things that I was never fond of. Like, I would get hit on by guys all the time. And for me, I felt like, well, is this how it's always going to be, where guys just want me for like sexual intentions, and then I like go along with it, and then I end up being unfulfilled? Like, is that how that's going to be? It's like experiencing things all over again and being put in situations that allows me to be tested. And just, oh my God, like, I've been put in so many situations where my mind was tested, and I had to really dig into my heart to discern what is true. And so a lot has changed. I've learned how to become aware of my surroundings. It was stressful, but to actually look around, to be aware of my surroundings, is actually really good, because you're allowing yourself to be present in the now versus elsewhere, like within the past or within the future, or I wonder if, or like in the clouds, like things that just are very distracting. It's like, you don't want to be distracted living life, because anything could happen. It's always good to be aware. Like, it was these two guys that were walking. Like, I don't want to analyze the situation too much, because it is very stressful. Like, I was in the trails hiking with my cousin, and I didn't even see the guys. I felt their energy. It was completely dark, and it was like it started from the root and it shot and just choked me by the neck. And that's when my cousin confirmed. She's just like, I don't like the energy. And I'm just like, well, you don't like the energy? And then that's when those two guys came, and they didn't say anything to us, but they were very like strange and weird. So that's why it's very important to stay present. And that was the sign that I got. I've learned so much over the last couple of weeks. And I'm just thinking, okay, what is the next adventure? Instead of seeing my life as obstacles, why not see it as an adventure? Even a mystery. Like, I don't know what the future is. I have no idea what's to come. Yeah, I have desires in my heart, but that shouldn't be solely focused on. Like, what should be focused on is the now. And like, what can I do right now? Whatever things that I am desiring will be manifested. It's already here. So I've learned also about being reborn. This was the time of being reborn. Like, yesterday was a very interesting day for me. Like, I was born June 14th, 1991 at 11:31 a.m. Yesterday morning, there was like a shadow that hit the window, and I woke up. I looked at the time. It's at 11:31 a.m. Prior to that, the spiritual stuff usually happens to me from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. I was tossing and turning. It was like something was happening to me energetically. It seems like I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the angels. I don't know if it was the extraterrestrials. I don't know if it was the spiritual guides. I have no idea. Maybe it was all of the above, because I've seen a UFO during my travels in Atlanta, Georgia. It was like this large, it wasn't even that large. It was like a football. It was shaped like a football, and it was just going through midair, and it passed my vehicle while I was on a rural highway. So it's kind of random. At first I'm like, is that a drone? But drones have those propellers. It didn't have any of that. And it didn't even have, like, sometimes you can tell when something is being powered by a source. It looked like it was just kind of being powered by gravity, if that makes sense. And it was spinning like this. And then I'm just like, what the hell did I just see? And so I'm like paying attention to all of the signs that had led up to now. I talked to my friend about it. I said I saw a UFO when I was coming from Atlanta to Indianapolis. And he said, usually when people are being abducted by aliens, they all have the same story of remembering when they were born, right? So yesterday, earlier yesterday around 3 a.m., I was tossing and turning, having like this energetic, I just felt like someone was feeding me all this information energetically. And I was tossing and turning, and I have problems with my root chakra. I've been saying this in all of my videos, that I've always had problems with my root chakra, and they were actually digging in there. And I'm just like, what are they doing? Like, what are they trying to get into this root chakra? And they pointed out, it just seems like if I can just remember what happened, it seemed like my mind kind of like went back to me being born. It's as if my intellectual, everything that I've ever known, everything that I've ever learned shrunk. It was really interesting how that happened, as if I was growing younger and younger and younger and younger until it got to the point where I couldn't even talk. It got to the point where I was like talking like a baby. Like I went from being like scared to talking like a baby, and being meek and being innocent. And it was very powerful. Oh my gosh, like what I'm explaining to you guys was very powerful. And then I popped up and I said in my subconscious, I said, I know what you guys want to do. You guys want me to be reborn. And this was a huge message for me. These are all the cards that I'm getting that like leads to rebirth and resurrection and being able to listen and tune in with the spirits, allowing music to touch me. Like just like in my other video when I was talking about the music and how the music moved me, they use music to contact me. They use music to have like the spirits heal me. It was really cool. Like I called upon the spirit of Isis, which is the goddess of ancient Egypt, and she is very powerful. She is very powerful. She's very free with herself, and she was teaching me how to just be free-minded, strong-spirited, and very high. It was amazing. I'm gonna go and do like a second part to this to go over the readings. The readings was just very profound because these are things that I'm experiencing, like the Kundalini meditation, feeling reborn, feeling cleansed, feeling stronger, being able to lead others and help others. Like these cards are gonna take me weeks to get through because it's so detailed. But I am just so grateful of the signs, whether they came from angels, the extraterrestrials, the spirit guides, the goddesses. I think all of them were working together, because even last night I saw like a spirit. It was a white spirit that like faded out into the air, and I was just a little like worried and concerned, but it was just them telling me that you're protected and this is helping. So I'm really glad that I shared this. Like these are the signs that I'm experiencing as far as being reborn, and everything, any and everything leads back to the source. So yes, thank you so much for watching.